Hello, my name is Jenan Kanono. I'm the team leader at Jonoki Holdings Limited, where we get to serve you. So if you have a financial challenge, if you have a money problem, if you want to scale up your business, we have you sorted. And you can always check us out at www.jonakiholdings.com for money solutions. We are located in Tinda as our headquarters and at Mulago Business Center as our branch. Enjoy this video. Welcome, Shivan, Operations Manager, Jonoki Holdings Limited. Yes, you had started telling us about the caveat process. You had reached simple at URSB, Uganda Registration Services Bureau. Tell us more about it.
Yes, now with the caveat, we put this caveat because it shows that we have interest in this property. When you put a caveat on the vehicle, it is important to the company because this client cannot sell this property to someone else or lend it out to another company. So it protects you as an organization. You're protected. Even the client is also a bit fixed. We've had scenarios where clients have sold these vehicles. You give someone money, and after they have paid 2 installments, someone sells the vehicle.
With a caveat?
Yes, he sells the vehicle to another person and they do not even communicate to the people they have sold these cars to that they borrowed money on these very vehicles. So you reach a time where someone is not paying and you have to look for this vehicle. So when you get it and you park it, you find the person who bought it saying, but I am the rightful owner of this vehicle, I bought it. But because there is a caveat, even when you print the new logbook, it will be showing that there is an endorsement. If you've all checked out logbooks, they have where there is an endorsement. So you look through and you see which company has an endorsement on that vehicle. So once you have confirmed, you have the right to that vehicle. So you can proceed and park it, and probably the person who sold it sorts himself with the person he sold to. But these scenarios happen. But since you've put a caveat, you're protected. So once you have put this caveat, remember you've already done all these other things. You've put the tracker, the guarantors have signed, you've already agreed on this money. You proceed and you release the money. But before
you release,
on
that.
Yes.
What's your word? What's your single word to someone who takes a car as a collateral but does not put a caveat? A lender.
A lender who does not put a caveat, I would advise that they do, because you need to be protected. You need to protect your money.
So ideally you don't have a collateral?
Yes. You need to protect yourself, because if you do not have an endorsement on that vehicle, once you take this vehicle to police, the first question they will ask you is, what shows that this vehicle is really yours? So that means you have to provide a logbook that has an endorsement showing your company. But if the endorsement is not there, then you're not the rightful owner. The person who bought the vehicle has the right to take it. So it is to protect yourself and protect the money that you gave out to this client.
All right.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
So once you have done all this, you proceed and release this money. But before you release the money, you have to be very sure that this account is in the client's names.
Okay.
Yes, you have to be very sure. Remember, they gave you a statement. You first confirm with the statement, because it will be very terrible or terrifying if you send this money and you later realize that you actually made an error in the account or you made a mistake. So you have to make sure that the person managing these transactions is very keen before they proceed.
What if I have my colleague and I say, you know what, Shivan, you've worked on me. I want the money to be transferred to this other account. He's my friend. I can access the money from their account.
I would not advise any organization to do that. Reason being, in your agreements, in your loan offer of the documents that have been signed by the client, it specifically stipulates that the very rightful owner of the property is the one you gave the money to. So if you transact and give this money to someone else, and it is at a point where you need to collect back this money, there will be no proof that you gave this client money. Yes, you filled the forms, you did everything, but there is no transaction confirming that indeed this same client received money. So they have a right to deny that they never received this money. So it's very important that the very right person applying for this loan, the one who owns the property, the money is disbursed to their very account. But there are scenarios where someone says, I have my company. If someone is having a company account, they must provide documents. They must provide documents that confirm that indeed this company belongs to them. And if they have less shares, you should not disburse to that account. If someone, for instance, someone has 20 shares and there is another one who has 80, the one who has the 80 shares is the rightful owner of the company. So the one who has 20 shares cannot say that deposit money on this account.
What if I'm the one who applied for a loan?
The one of the 20%, yes. If you're the one of the 20%, the one of the 80% must be involved in this loan. As a borrower, as a co-borrower, he comes in because if the property belongs to the one of the 20%, it means that the one of 80 must guarantee this loan. He must be aware that this loan is being processed, so that when the money is released and it's time for collecting this money, both parties that belong to the company are aware or are informed, and it becomes easy for you to collect this money. Yes, so that means you must look at the shares of these people that are borrowing. You must look at, and they must be signed by URSB, because they must have that stamp, because someone can go to NASA or any other place and they forge a document. The resolutions. Yes, they can forge those resolutions and they bring them to you, and you release this money because you're excited, you've looked at these documents. So it's very important that you confirm that they were indeed certified. So once you have confirmed, you proceed and release this money. You're protecting your money at this point. Yes. So now here you've disbursed money, and now it's a time where you need your money back. So there are also procedures that you must follow. Now, before we go to the money, collecting the money, because now you have disbursed, but you talked about one line, which is car logbook. Yes. Could you take us a bit on the land title, because we had not reached the point of disbursing? Land title, how do we proceed? Okay. I have a land title. Yes. Now with land, I think we had stopped on the valuation bit. Yes. So once this valuation has been done, and at this point the property has been cleared that it does not have any issues, because as they do the valuation of land, they will do boundary opening. People who have been to the field or surveyors, you will see these surveyors having those machines they throw on the ground. They will have some tape wires. So all that process, they are trying to ascertain these coordinates. They are trying to see if this information is really the same information on the titles. So once all that is done, you look through the report, a report is released. But remember, at this point, you need to do a search. You need to be very sure that indeed this very title they are saying exists is really there. So you proceed and do a search. When you do a search, it will always come with the name of the client. It will have the NIN number. At this point, you can even confirm if the NIN number this client is giving you is the same. ID. Yes, if it is the same with what is on the search paper. So once you have confirmed that it is the same, you proceed. You proceed, and with land, things are a bit different. Because with land, once you have confirmed that there is money, or I mean there is the title really belongs to the very owner that is applying for the loan. At this particular point, you also still look at the bank statements, you look for these bounce checks, you look at all those things the same with the... Which cuts across the... Yes, that cuts across, because you're trying to assess to see if this person qualifies for the money. So once you have done that still, you proceed and because with land there is where you have to pay for stamp duty. So you proceed, and stamp duty depends on the money someone is taking. So you proceed and go to the bank. Probably if someone is taking 50 million, that means you have to charge stamp duty depending on that amount. So you proceed and go to the bank and pay that stamp duty. Whom do you pay it to? You pay to URA. This stamp duty is for the government. So you proceed and pay that stamp duty, and then you send this title. Is it the client who pays, or it is the client who pays it, because they are the ones taking this money. So it is the client who goes to the bank to pay that stamp duty? No, it is the company that goes to the bank to pay, because it is you doing the process. You cannot bring a client to pay stamp duty, yet you're the one doing the process for them. So once you have paid this stamp duty, you proceed and you send this title to Ministry of Lands. It depends where the land is located. If it is in Wakiso, you send the title to the ministry in Wakiso. If it is in Mukono, you send to Mukono. If it is in Kampala, you send to the ministry in Kampala. So it depends where the ministry is located. So when you send there, your work is to do the follow-up, because you really don't know exactly what happens with the offices. So your work is to do the follow-up, and make sure that the mortgage is put. Once this mortgage is put, immediately they send back this title. So with a mortgage, you confirm. You have to look at the title. You will see that your name will be put there. The name of the company has to be on the title.
Typed.
Yes, it's there as a new endorsement. Then even on the mortgage forms, you will see very many stamps that will, you will see the one of Ministry of Lands, you will see the one from the registrar, you will see the one confirming that the mortgage has been put. So you have to confirm that the 3 stamps are all present.
Or else someone can actually forge the mortgage.
Yes. So you have to be very sure. You must be very keen of all the stamps that are being put. You must be aware that the mortgage must have this stamp from Ministry of Lands. It must have a stamp that confirms the mortgage. It must have a stamp that confirms that you indeed endorsed for this mortgage. So once the title has been returned and you're very sure that the mortgage has been put, then still the same. You confirm the accounts and you still release the money. Yes. On there. For the interest of time, thank you so much, Shivan, for the experience that you're sharing with us. It is too loaded. Looks like we actually have to do a number of sessions to enable clients as well as the fellow lenders understand these experiences and the processes for money lending. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to our next session where you'll tell us what to tell us next. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to talking to you and also sharing for the benefit of both clients and fellow lenders. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.